over. Okay, well, welcome everybody. My name is Rachel Berner. I'm a double diamond with It Works Global. I've been with the company about 18 months now, and I have with me today Blair McFarlane, who is an ambassador diamond with It Works. I believe the first ambassador, right?
That's correct.
And so I just wanted to take time today to have a guy perspective, because it's definitely a different avenue being a man in this business. It's definitely more women-based, but men are very successful. So Blair, I'm going to turn this over to you. If you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you did before It Works, and how you've made this successful as a man in this industry.
Okay, absolutely. Glad to be here. Glad to talk to you. My background was in construction. I was a house builder for 33 years. Very successful in a construction company. I joke around. I said, I owned the business, but really the business owned me. So it was one of those things. As long as I was out there working hard and putting in a lot of hours, I made good income. But as soon as I stopped, the money stopped. So it was no residual income. So back years ago, even Melody, my wife Melody, and I, we were always looking for what we could do to have that true, mailbox money, that real residual income. And I knew construction wasn't going to do it. It was a good life, but not a good lifestyle. So we were always looking for something that would give us that time to enjoy the money that we were making. And so we were always looking at opportunities. We tried several other companies and didn't have any, success to speak of. We learned some good stuff, but we couldn't make any money with anything. And then when this crazy rap thing came across our path, I was still very active in construction. This was in June of 2005. So the economy was still blowing and going. I've got 9 crews all over Middle Tennessee area. I live close to Nashville, Tennessee. And so Melody jumped in with the rap, and I just supported her at that time in our life. I was intrigued by it. And when she told me about it, I was very skeptical. I think most people are kind of by nature, we want to believe something, but it's kind of like, man, is that really going to work? And I got a better result than she did with it. And then I really had a problem, because I just told her the night before, I don't think that's going to work. It's probably a scam or whatever, So I slept in it. She put it on me. I slept in the rap. And then, like I said, I got a better result than she did. So I'm driving into work the next morning, and all these things are going off in my mind, like, oh my gosh, maybe she is onto something here, And obviously she was, because I say with our history and different companies that we tried and worked hard, those companies had good products, but there was nothing just really, for lack of a better word, sexy and exciting about them. I mean, we all need, good supplements and good vitamins and things like that, but that just doesn't really ramp a lot of people up. It should, but it just doesn't. But what we are doing with the wrap, the It Works wrap, it's that Shazam product. It just gets people's attention like nothing I've ever seen. So for the first time in our life, we had something that people really were interested in and wanted to know more about. Whereas with everything else we were in, even though people needed, whether it was tax services or, retirement incomes and all these crazy things that we all needed, it just wasn't anything to just grab people like this body wrap does with It Works. And that is, by far our #1 product. The one that gets people, in the door. And then for me, it's like they're willing to listen to what else we've got, because that does such a great job for them. Then they're more open to listening to us about a supplement or a greens product. That's an awesome product we have also. And, everything we have, we only have, I think, 30-something products to date. When we started in 2005, we only had like 8 products, but they were all awesome, And so with the wrap, leading with the wrap first, it gets, like I said, opens the door, and then people are really wanting to hear more about what your other products are. So anyway, I said all that to say that back to a man's perspective, Melody started in our family, as the leader big time, because I was still, 60, 80 hours a week in construction, although I supported her every way I could and was wanting to do more to help her out, but kind of wondering what I should do, what I could do more, So then when the economy took that shift badly for people in construction and real estate, or, mortgage originators, all those tradespeople like that, when it went really bad in 2008 going into 2009, all my work just dried up. All those years I'd done it, I'd seen ups and downs, but this time it was really broken bad. I mean, there was no jobs in Middle Tennessee anyway. I mean, I found out later, across America, it was the same situation. Everybody thinks it's just bad for me here in my home, but it's not. It's all across the country, So at that point in time, that's when Mel said, well, you just need to forget about that. You'd wanted out, you did it all those years, and now, you're done. So just help me full time. And I was like, okay, great. And so I did. This was going into early 2009, coming out of the holiday season into 2009. So then it's like, well, what do I do? What do I do? What can I do? What do I want to do? Usually what you want to do and you're excited about is what you become good at, if that makes sense. Sometimes we try to push ourselves to do things that, we're not there in our mind, so we're not as good at doing that, whereas naturally it just comes to us if we're excited about something like that. So for me as a man in this business, I look at it, it's a lot about attitude. You have to have the right mindset. You have to have the right attitude to be an entrepreneur. And then there's the business side of things. There's the actual presenting the product, putting the wrap on people, and then, demoing some of the other products. But then there's the business side of it, the number side of it, the people side of it, which is, half the equation. So I looked at it, and we looked at it like, well, I'm really good at that. I'm really good at explaining and breaking things down and, analytically and whatever, and leading people through what do they need to do to become successful. So that was kind of more my role, at that time, and still is today. I'm a little bit different generation. I was born in 1955. So, I'm not one that goes out and raps women. I mean, I clown around and volunteer all the time, but in my situation, don't let that stop you if you're a guy. I don't want to say that, as long as you're respectful and, everything's on the up and up, no problem. I have no problem with that at all. We have a lot of single guys and guys that they're the ones that, initially excited about it works and their wife isn't yet and that kind of thing. But just for me in my situation, I have never had to, because, Melody, and then with a big team, there's always somebody there to do it, to do the raps for the girls or whatever. So, but don't let that stop you. Don't let that hang you up. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I think too, I read somewhere recently that the statistic was that 80% of home-based businesses, in America today are started by women. And I read that and I thought, wow, that's a high number, 80%. And then it kind of dawned on me, I think that why that is because a lot of the men, for whatever reasons, have kind of handed the checkbook over to their wives. And the women are paying the bills, and the women are handling the checkbook instead of the guys. Or maybe they both are together, but I don't think that's very often anymore. And so I think the women in the households see the situation more than the guys. They go, we're broke. We don't have any extra coming in. And this one wants to go to soccer, and this one needs tennis shoes, and we want to go to the movies with the kids or go out to eat. So I think the women know how desperate the situation is in the household a lot more than the guys. It's like they're under a cloud or something, And so the girls look at that and they see an opportunity and they go, wow, I know we need extra money, and I'm not lazy and I'm willing to work for it. So they join something, And I think that's exactly why it's that 80% number. So I tell guys, man, come on, it's time to pull up your socks and get with the program. There's no reason in the world why, the women should be the ones that are out there taking on the world, to us 4-1, But anyway, that's another subject too. But so as a guy, it's like, like I said, the wrap is our #1 sizzle product. We just came out with an awesome product called Energy, which we're all excited about. And that's another great product. I'm not a big, or in the past, I was not a big energy drinker because I know they're not good for you. The majority of them are actually bad for you. But with what It Works developed and formulated, is actually a healthy energy drink that, doesn't give you the shakes, doesn't give you the jitters. It won't give you, kidney failure or heart attack or high blood pressure. It's amazing. It's a totally amazing product. So I think for men especially, it's easier for us to maybe talk about something like that and weave the wrap into what we're doing now that we just came out with the Energy, March the 5th or whatever it was when it launched. So, I mean, that's another great product. It's a good conversation starter and a good way to get involved with the company for guys, with Energy. Because I know with the meetings, when we first started, like I was saying, we'd go to a meeting and there would be me and maybe Dr. Don was there presenting products thing. And a lot of times Mark might not be there, the owner of the company. Sometimes he would, but there'd be like 3 or 4 guys and then a room full of, 50, 60, 70 women or something. It's like, wow. But now it's, it's not like that. We just had a big meeting in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, March the 24th. forth. And I was excited to see a lot of guys, out of the 700 or so people that were there, we were higher than, the 80-20 number I was talking about. So a lot of spouses were there, a lot of guys that are building the business. So I think that's really changing a little bit, or a lot, more so than just a few years ago. Because, the wrap doesn't know if you're a guy or a woman when you put that wrap on. It doesn't know the difference, and it still works, either, male or female.
Guys get better results sometimes. It's so frustrating.
Absolutely.
I'll put a wrap on a guy, and an hour later, I'm like, what? That is not fair. It's not fair. But
yeah, that's true. We've seen that a lot, a lot of times too, and everybody's different. But I always remember that too, as a guy. And then with me in our situation too, back when I was in construction, Melody took care of the shopping and all that kind of stuff. If she needed something, I was on my way home, I would swing by and pick something up, but now with our lifestyle change a lot, I do a lot more of the grocery shopping during the day and all that. And it just dawned on me one day, I'm standing there in the checkout line and you see all those magazines on the sides, everybody's promoting something in these magazines, but they're all basically promoting the same message, is look better, feel younger, be less tired, less stress, lose weight. I mean, there's 20 different publications, but they're all promoting that same message of health and wellness, and it just, the light bulb for me is a light bulb moment, like, wow, that's the industry that we're all in with. It works. We're in the health and wellness and wealth industry, so that's the message out there. And we joke around with it. When I realized that we were in the vanity business, I knew we were going to be rich, because we all have it, male or female. We all want to look our best, right? We all want to feel our best, or try to, for as long as we can. And of course, like I said, I'm at the tail end of the baby boomers, so we're trying to, look younger and feel better and do more, as long as we can, all of us, So we're in that great big boat all together, and with It Works, that's exactly what we're promoting to people is, with the product line we have, with the supplements that are awesome, incredible products that do, we can't claim to promote health and healing, but man, I'll tell you what, I would hate to think I couldn't take my products anymore, to be 59 years old, and, with the energy and the protein shakes and all the good stuff that we have to keep us up and keep us going, right? Keep us running. So as a man, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so tell me, you told me one of your biggest strengths in this company is how to do the business successfully, and you're good at explaining that to people. So will you take a few minutes and just kind of walk us through the basic steps of how you get started, and then what you need to do to be successful in this business? And then maybe how you can overcome some of those obstacles maybe that you might face as a guy in this business.
Okay, absolutely. I mean, there's several ways that we get paid, but it all boils down to about three things, And the first thing is people are either going to want to do the business with you. They know they need an opportunity in their life, and they're willing to work for it. So those would become a distributor. And then the second thing, when we're talking to people and presenting to people, maybe they don't see that they can do this, or the timing's not right for them to do this, but yes, they would like to have, the wraps to come to their house automatically after they've tried it, or the green supplement, or the, some of the other awesome products we have. We got an awesome facial skincare line. So they would become a loyal customer, what we call a customer. And the cool thing with the customer is I can have customers all over America and in 18 of the different countries that we're in, at this point in time. And I never see that product. It's shipped directly to my customer. I never touch it. I never see it, but yet I get paid commission, on monthly sales. So, I mean, that's awesome to me. That's a big plus. That's a big boom, And then the third thing, when you're talking to people, if they're not going to be a distributor or a customer, they're just not going to do anything. They want to go home and think about it, or talk to their wife if they're a guy, or vice versa. And, I look at it like, that's the outcome out of those three different scenarios. So 2 out of 3 is enough to build you a huge network with a tremendous residual income. This is not for everybody, and not everybody is going to do this, but we don't need everybody. Either be a distributor, a customer, or they go home and do nothing. So, you've heard us say it, I guess, maybe, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and you can build a very successful business if you maintain that mindset that, okay, I know this is the deal, So I go into it as that. And for all of us, I think when you see something like this opportunity with networking, everybody's got a few people in their mind like, oh man, you know, if Sally Joe will do this, and my friend Jimmy, you know, he's always looking for opportunity. So we all have these, you know, what I call key people in our mind when you're just getting started. You're just getting started. You saw this maybe for the first time this week or whatever. And then sometimes these people aren't going to come with you right now, you know, for whatever timing is in their life. You know, they may be in transition with their job, or they may have a sick parent that they're having to care for, or figure out what to do with mom or dad, or, you know, different things happen, their kids. So sometimes we come along with opportunity and they tell us no, but I always tell people it's just no for now. You know, a lot of these no's we get today will be a yes 6 months from now or a year from now. So I always remember that too. That's part of that attitude and that mindset, that some of those key people that you have in your mind, if they tell you no for now, don't let that derail you. Don't, you know, it just blows my mind a lot of times with people. They get the 2 or 3 no's from those key people in their mind. They go, well, I guess I can't do it works. I got no's from my 2 good people, you know. So I always remember that. And it's a timing for everybody. And sometimes those, like I said, those no's will be a yes if you just keep going. And when you establish a level of success, there's something crazy that happens. You know, when your paycheck gets big enough, people start listening. You know, some of them, you just have to show them, especially if they're friends and family. They can be some of your toughest ones because they know you, right? They know all about you. And I mean, Mel and Blair, we're no different than anybody else. You know, friends and family, we joke around, we were in the NFL, no friends left, because we'd been in different companies. They told us, hey, we love you guys, but no more, you know, no more this, no more that, and whatever. So when we find a really great company with a great comp plan, it's like they don't want to hear it initially, you know. So I always remember that, keep that in mind. So, okay, we're gathering distributors and building a network of people. And J. Paul Getty was one of the wealthiest men in America back in the 20th century, and he had a great quote that just struck me years ago. He said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of my own. And that ties into duplication and building that network of people. And it takes time to build your network, but it is just so worth it once you get it built. And that was my situation in construction, because it was all 100% based upon me. Everything, you know, if I wasn't there, everything just fell apart in a short period of time. You know, if I even tried to go out of town for a long weekend, you know, when I came home, I knew I was just going to walk into a nightmare scenario all over the place. So I always remembered that quote from J. Paul Getty. So that's what we're doing with the network. And like I said, it does take some time to get that built. But then you are not dependent upon you yourself. You've got, you know, team members out there working their business, and we get, you know, an percentage override from the company based on other people's efforts. And that's the beauty of it. That's the key to true residual income, where, you know, I can be on a vacation trip if I want to, or I can be traveling wherever, and I've got team members doing things all over the country, all over the world, that I'm not even there. I don't have to be there. They're doing their own thing, yet I still get paid. And we all get paid, you know, based on the network. So that's the biggie to me is, you know, we're going to gather customers along the way, the people that tell us no, they don't want to be distributed yet for now, but yeah, they would like to try the protein shake or the, you know, exfoliating peel and some of the awesome products that we have. So some of our customers do end up becoming some of our very best distributors, because they have been on the products for 2 or 3 or 4 months, and they know how good they are, and that we weren't blowing smoke. We were telling them right. So they're educated on the products themselves, and then when the opportunity timing is right for them, they jump in. And I mean, some of them are our very best ones in the business right now. So I'm always looking for distributors, and for that I'm looking at people who are opportunity focused. Some people just aren't. It's just life, you know. They're just not opportunity focused right now. They're kind of happy with what they're doing, or they don't think they need more income for whatever reasons, and so it just hasn't hit them yet. But then I'm looking for the ones that are opportunity focused. And with our company and our comp plan, well, I only need 5 of those quality people, you know, 5 in 5 separate legs to go all the way to Ambassador Diamond and have a phenomenal lifestyle and phenomenal income. So I always remember that, you know. I can try to talk somebody into it and convince them to do it, but that's not really the ones I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ones that are already got to the point in their mind that, hey, we need to do something else. You know, we're not lazy people. We're willing to work hard. We just want to make sure we're going to get paid for the work that we're doing. And I tell people all the time, and I think men especially too, is you're going to do the work anyway, guys, you know, in your lifetime, over your adult lifetime, you know. You're going to put in the hours. You're going to put in the work. You just want to make sure the work that you're putting in is going to get you where you want to go. So some of the things when we talk to people that I just don't have any time. How am I going to do this? I don't have any spare time and blah, blah, blah. And I understand that. But I always tell them, look at the people that are doing what you're doing right now, who are 5 or 10 years older or 5 or 10 years further into their journey with their company or their job than you. And you're looking at yourself down the road if you don't make a change. So that turns some people it doesn't. But, you have to always remember that. When you're dealing with people and talking to people, I think most of us by nature thinks somehow everything's going to turn out for the good, somehow, some way. I think we're just built that way a little bit. But that's not necessarily true. You got to make sure that it's going to turn out for your benefit and your families by the choices that you make and the decisions that you make. So to get this thing started, it does take some time. But then once you get your network going and you've created a network, then you are less and less important. And I love that about that. The more successful you become in our company, the bigger you are, whatever, for lack of a better word, the less important you are because you've got a team of people, like I was saying before, that are out there doing the same things, So I am, before in construction, it was all me. It was all about me, doing it and being there and handling all the situations and dealing with all the people and everything. Whereas now we are less and less important, but our income goes higher and higher and higher. So that's what you're looking for. That's the opportunity that you're looking for in this world. So the 3 basic ways we get paid, like I said, is building a network, and there are several bonuses in play, for doing that. And then there's gathering the customers that we get the residual income from customer sales that we don't even handle the product. Like I said, I love that. And then there's, some retail sales, what we call a wrap cash. We are one of the very few companies in the whole world out there where people can get in and start making money right out the gate with It Works. And I think that's one thing that sets us so far apart from anything else out there. I'm not knocking anybody. I've been involved with some other companies and I know quite a bit about different things, so I'm speaking from what I know. But we are one of the very few, if not the only company, where somebody can get in this company and within their very first week, recoup all their initial investment. Right now it's a $99 promotional fee to join our company. You can recoup your $99 your very first week and then start with your retail sales from just selling the energy or the wraps or whatever and start making cash, instant cash money. I mean, we've seen it over and over and over where people can make, $200, $300, $400 cash money coming into their household in that very short period of time. Whereas just about every opportunity out there, it takes some time to even get to the point where you're making a $300 or $400, profit, a true profit in your company. And then with what Mark did with our Steps of Success is a phenomenal tool that if people will just simply follow that pattern that's been proven. Join the party for $99, turn on your 80BV auto ship, and become a member with our company, a distributor with our company, and then start going out and talking to people and presenting. And the ones that tell you no for being a distributor, they'll become loyal customers. Like I said before, not all, but enough. And so our goal is to help everybody gather their loyal customers, and they'll gather their first 4 loyals in 30 days. They'll earn 120 product credit. So that's 2 more boxes of wraps or energy. You can get whatever products you want with your credit, but it's like free. So, I mean, you can't get any cheaper than free to me. So that's our goal, is to help them to do that. And then to go Ruby. And Ruby is simply recruiting 3 people personally enrolled by me, and then helping one of them recruit 2, and everybody doing 400 BB in volume in a month's time. And that's a Ruby. So it's very doable. It's very attainable for somebody to become a Ruby. And right now with what the company did is when people join, and if they become Ruby within their first 2 full calendar months from the time they joined, and they've gathered their 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days, the company's going to pay them an extra $1,000 Ruby bonus, like, boom. So you get your commission check, which averages, $400, $500, $600 a month at a Ruby. Plus, they're going to give you an extra $1,000. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I was saying, I don't know anybody out there that's giving people the ability to make that kind of money just initially. Right out the gate, cash money for cash sales, and then building a network and going Ruby. You're looking at at least $2,000 or right at $2,000 extra dollars coming into your household. So that's powerful, and that's life-changing. All those years I was in construction, I knew a lot of realtors and people like that were, selling homes. And they told me repeatedly, a lot of these realtors had told me that people were about $600 to $1,000 away, extra money in their household to buy in the home that they would really love to have. Just that, for me, that small amount of money, it's so life-changing because it gives you options that you didn't have before. So that's what we've got when we're offering and talking to, to men, women, whoever, the opportunity to bring in that extra income into your household initially, not down the road, not a year from now, 6 months from now with a huge capital outlay. To start our company is like next to nothing. I mean, for me in construction, it was thousands of dollars. I paid thousands of dollars every month in overhead just to keep the doors open. And then when I got to above that point, then I actually started making money, right? So with our company, for, like I said, a $99 startup fee, 80 BB auto ship, or 150 if you don't do the auto ship, which I strongly encourage people to do an auto ship. That makes you commission qualified, where you're able to get paid for the work you're doing. So with those simple steps to success, our goal, Melody and Blair's goal, is to complete those every month. Some months we may not get it all done. Some months we might do it twice, but that's the blueprint. That is the pattern for success with our company. And if you'll just do it, step one, help people join, get started correctly, get their auto ship run. Step two, help them gather loyal customers and get that in place and get the wrap rewards. I didn't talk about that, but every time we gather 2 loyal customers, we earn a wrap reward, and that's a box of wraps for $25. No shipping charge. So the cost per wrap goes way down on those wrap rewards, and that's ongoing. That's every time you gather 2 loyals, you can earn a wrap reward. So when we help them gather their 4 loyals, they're getting 2 wrap rewards. That's 2 boxes of wraps for $50 plus their $150 in free product credit. It's like, wow, that's serious cash money coming into people's homes, and it's life-changing. Like I said, a lot of the women too, bless their hearts, by the time they have to pay child care, commuting costs, car upkeep, dress up, whatever for their job, when they take all those expenses out, what are they actually making out there in the world, and it's not very much for the majority of people. Some people do, they're making 6 figures a year or whatever, but the majority of people just aren't. When they add all that up, shoot, man, here with it works, you can work right from your home. I mean, you do travel and some things like that too, but you're basically right there at your home, at your computer, or on your phone. And your commute is from your bedroom into your office, wherever you want to have your office in your home, with a cup of coffee and your slippers on in the morning, instead of fighting that traffic and, about killing yourself every day just to get back and forth to work. So we're actually putting real money in real people's hands, and it's an awesome opportunity for everybody. So tying that back to guys, right? Tying it back to guys, men like money just as much as women, right? And we joke around in our household, because all the things I like are big boy toys. Mine have always got big dollar amounts on them, right? Melody may go out and shop and buy some little baubles, little knickknacks, and stuff like that. Every now and then she'll hit me for a big one, but guys, man, I mean, we want the big stuff. I don't think I'm any different than most of us. We want the new big boat. We want the nice, golf clubs if we play golf. We want the new hunting rifle. We want whatever. And they're usually got a big price tag on them, right? We want the big screen TV. We don't want the little one. We want the big one, right? The big 70-inch, whatever it is. So it takes money to do these things. So I look at the big picture, look at big picture things with guys especially too. It's like, well, how are we going to get this done? That's how I always looked at it. Like, how was I ever going to get this done? I had these big goals, big dreams, but here's my money pile over here. And so I've got to do something else. I've got to add my plan B onto my plan A to finally ever make this happen. And with it works, once your plan B, with it works, surpasses your plan A, then you can make that decision whether you want to step away from what you're doing or not, and just walk away from that. And we have a lot of people doing that, which is powerful. I mean, it's awesome to see that we're able to actually help people just walk away from those full-time incomes on their jobs or even their careers, because their It Works business has surpassed that. And to me, that's when you get into, true freedom. Money's one thing, time is another. You can't buy back yesterday. It's gone for everybody. We all only have 24 hours in a day, and it's how do I invest those hours? What am I doing with my time that's going to get me down the road tomorrow and the next week, the next year, where I really want to be? And, I kid around a lot, but I get really serious too about it. A job is not designed to get you free. It's just not. It's just not the way it is. It's just paid you just above broke. I mean, truthfully. And for me in construction, I was just a high paid employee working for myself. I was not a true business owner in the sense that my business would run without me, and my income potential was unlimited. There's an awesome author named Robert Kiyosaki. He's got tremendous books out there. You know, the first one he came out was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he came out with the Cash Flow Quadrant. In that Cash Flow Quadrant book, he really laid it out. Who is a true business owner? And who is a person like I was, who was just a high-paid employee working for themselves. You know, but I could call myself a business owner, but I really wasn't. My business owned me. So if you're a man looking at this and you think, I want to do that, but how do I do it? And can I do it? I say absolutely yes. You know, there's just a few things that you have to learn with our company and really get good at. It's just a handful. It's not 25 or 30 like I had to do in construction that I had to be really good at and know totally to succeed in that industry. With our company, I can list them on one hand, you know, what I need to do repeatedly to be a tremendous success with this company, and then give it enough time to succeed. So many people throw in the towel before they ever get started good. You know, that's what I call it, staying power, that resiliency. You know, you have to talk to people. It's just a people industry. It's a people business. And you never know what's going on in people's lives, like I was saying, if the timing is right for them or not. So don't let one or two no's, you know, throw you right out the gate, especially friends and family, like I was saying, because they know you the best. Huh? I mean, same for me. My dad just passed away a couple of years ago. My mom's still alive, but they still don't really know exactly what we do. You know what I mean? But they encouraged us. They encouraged us and support us, whatever, and glad for us, happy for us. But my parents were always kind of like, what do you guys do? What are you doing? You know, so don't let that throw you though. You know, just if they don't understand it, that's fine. Just as long as you understand it and know where you're going and work toward that goal, it can happen for you. All right.
So just tell me, as a guy going out, and, you know, a lot of times, you know, women, we're out there just talking to people, handing out coupons. You know, I'll approach somebody and say, hey, can I give you a coupon for my business? Or, you know, something like that, just kind of get the conversation going, and then get some contact information. I follow up with them, and then either get a wrap on them, or maybe I just have a meeting, you know, whatever, kind of assess their goals, their needs, whatever, and they become a customer or distributor. As a guy, do you find that it's easy to just talk to people and just hand out our coupons, and then follow up with them, and you and Melody kind of work it as a team, I know, but as a guy, maybe even a single guy going into this, how would they do that side of it?
Absolutely. And I do those same things. You know, we have a tremendous tool called a Blitz card, and that's what you're talking about a coupon. We use it as a coupon. I mean, I think everybody wants a coupon, whether they use it or not. Yeah, that's the most amazing tool that we came up with. It Works Global. So it's a great conversation starter. You know, I don't go anywhere where I don't have a whole pile of those things in the console of my truck or in my back pocket or wherever. And, you know, so I just assume they're going to want to take my coupon. And if they don't, then I don't worry about it, you know, because some people are skeptical or like, what is that? You know, no. And that's fine. I just, okay, have a great day, and I move on. But the ones that do show an interest and want to know more information, like you just said, then I'm going to make sure that I get their contact information. You know, so if you do that, I can text you, you know, your own coupon through the text, and you can have your own blah, blah, blah. So that's a great way I can capture their information. And then as a man, like I was saying too, with the wraps, I always try to keep one that's been used, that's washed out for a demo. So I can just hold it up over my shirt and just kind of show, well, you can put it on your stomach, you can put it on your arms, you can, you know, cut them and put them on your chin, your legs. So I could just stand there. I could be right there pumping gas, you know, and somebody see the signage on my vehicle and look, and so I say, well, you know, I saw you looking at my car here, so coupon or whatever. And so I can just do that really quickly and just show them this is how simple it is. You can put it anywhere from your neck to your toes. And then if they're interested and they show interest, then it takes them to the next step. If they're not, I'm done. You know, I just leave them the coupon. It's got my contact information, my website, and it's the ball's in their court. But if they do show interest or asking questions, then yes, I am going to make sure that I give them a little bit more, and I definitely get their contact information where I can follow through with them.
Okay. And then how do you go about following up? Are you doing a lot of your business on the phone, face to face? Maybe you meet somebody and talk to them, Starbucks or whatever.
Right.
How are you doing that side of the business?
Yes, I mean, I do a lot on the telephone. Like I was saying, I'm from a different generation, so that's just more comfortable for me, I guess, to still phone talk, and every time that I can. Or like I said, if they showed interest and they wanted to have a party at their home, we could come and do a home party for them. So they need more information on what they need to do, that kind of thing. Yeah, if we could sit down with the face to face at a Starbucks or whatever, that's always a great thing to try to do. It's worth that time, if they're willing to meet you somewhere like that, just to have questions answered, qualify them a little bit further to make sure that, this is something they want to pursue a little bit more. And I go through those steps of success with them. We have a great tool called the Party Pad that goes through our opportunity, goes through those simple steps, opportunity on one side of it, and then the product on the other side of it. So that gives me a chance to maybe just flip through that thing with them. And then when we go to their home, they're already much further on board with us, because they already know a lot more than they did when I just met them, at the store, at the gas station, or I maybe even met them at a Starbucks initially or whatever. So yeah, I want to try to get them on the phone, where I can answer some more of their questions for them and put them more at ease. This is what we're doing. We're looking for people that are looking, right? So make sure they qualify.
Okay. And then I guess just last thing, as a guy, do you feel like there are bigger obstacles for you in this business? Do you have resistance being a guy in this business, or do you feel like it's something where everybody wants it? Everybody wants this. Everybody has a spot, and it's just easy to talk about because it is something that applies to everyone. Do you feel like you have obstacles more so as a guy, or has that not been a problem for you?
No, I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago it was, just because of our history with the company and where it came from, and it was, like I was saying then, it was like 99% women, So I've kind of seen that whole transformation and lived through all that myself too. And then for me, like I was saying about actually physically wrapping somebody or something like that was different for me than I think it would be. But now, shoot, I don't see it at all. Like I said, men need money just like women, if they're married or single or whatever. And then the wrap doesn't know the difference. Like I said, it does not know the difference.
Right. Okay, awesome. Well, what I want to do real quick, Blair, just for those guys that are on here, women too, that are interested in this, I just want to show you really quick what Blair was talking about. This is our party pad, so I'm just going to push through really quick so you can see this, and then you can get back with the person who invited you to view this meeting, and they can answer your questions for you and go through this with you. But this is what it is. This is what that crazy wrap thing is. You can put it anywhere on the body, and it's really easy. You're just going to take it out, unfold it, and apply it anywhere. There's a separate one for the face, but it's only worn for about 45 minutes, and people see incredible results in that time frame. This is an example of what it does. So this is before and after just 45 minutes. So it helps to tighten and firm the skin, reduces the appearance of cellulite, and the results are cumulative and lasting. It's also a natural, it's a natural-based product. So this product is good for you. It's good for the skin. And like Blair said, we have so many incredible products to go along with it. So a lot of people do choose to become loyal customers. They want to use the product, get that great discount. And our loyal customers save up to 40% on everything that we have to offer. And you can do that one of two ways. You can pay a membership fee, or you can set up a recurring shipment of product, an auto shipment that you can change every month. It's any product, any price. There's no minimum. And after 3 months, you've locked in that wholesale pricing for life, which is incredible. And then you have flexibility to do with you what you want with it. Most of my customers continue ordering well past that 3 months because they start earning all kinds of benefits like 10% back, free shipping after 4 months, 6 months, and 12 months. They're going to get additional huge sums of free product. So it's incredible to be a loyal customer. But what happens to a lot of us, like Blair said, and what happened to me personally, is I tried this product and I thought, I'm going to tell everybody about it. I mean, this is incredible. And so I decided to join the party for that $99. It comes with some marketing material and a box of wraps. So you take those 4 wraps and sell them, you've made back your investment. And here's where he's talking about those 4 loyal customers. They're going to get you 2 wrap rewards. That's a box of 4 wraps for just $25 a piece. So that's a minimum of $75 profit on each box, plus $120 in free product. Step 3, like he was talking about, this is where you're building a team. Other people are also going to say, now wait a minute, how did you get involved? So this is where you go Ruby by bringing on 3 distributors who are getting their free product by enrolling their customers. And one of those people starts to bring on some other distributors. So a Ruby is 5 total team members working to bring in their customers and building a business. So when you help them, it helps you as well. And every rank in our business is made up of Rubies. So if you can build up a Ruby, you can build any of these ranks on our team. These are average earnings. I know there are people in this company making well over the average, but this is just to give you an idea of the kind of money that's available. And so it really just kind of boils down to what makes more sense for you. You know, are you going to use the products and not tell anybody about them? Or are you going to share this with people? Because if you're going to share it and you're looking for an additional source of income, then it might make more sense for you to join the team. So Blair, I just want to thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And that's all I've got. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, absolutely. I thank you so much for inviting me. And what we're talking about too is with the, building this business, word of mouth advertising is the most powerful, strongest way that there is. All advertising people will tell you that. You know, these companies spend millions and millions of dollars on advertising on TV, radio, billboards, or whatever, but they all know that the bottom line is that word of mouth. We all see a great movie we loved, or a restaurant we went to, or we're just excited to talk about it, or a product we tried. So that's what we're doing with networking with It Works Global. Instead of the companies spending those millions of dollars to advertise in other ways, they're willing to pay us that money as distributors for just opening up our mouth and sharing these products with people. I talk all the time. You don't have to be a salesperson. Sometimes I think they have a harder time than just regular people because they are selling, and we're just sharing. We're just sharing an opportunity with people or tremendous products with people that can totally change their lives. So go at it with that mindset. All you need is 5 good people out there, and you can be an ambassador diamond with their company. We all wanted it yesterday, so I look at it like if it took me 10 years, to become an ambassador diamond, and my average income was what, $585,000 a year. It's like, wow, it's just so worth it to do that. So with that, I'll say goodbye and thank you so much.
Thank you, Blair. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.